Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you very much for joining me here. I hope you're having an amazing day. We're going to take another look here at Rune, see what's going on, of course, help you understand best practice and big picture. I know I covered this recently, but I get a lot of requests for it, so it might just be a daily driver for a little while. Make sure we keep a close eye on its progress. It's done very, very well, up approximately 115% in 1 week's worth of trading. It's quite a lot. Typically you can expect a pullback, but this doesn't look like it's showing any signs of wanting to slow down. We'll go ahead and identify that as well. If you're new to the channel, not a financial advisor, just love teaching people how to trade, I hope you can learn something here today. My goal is to help you become a better trader. Link in the description below. However, if you want to become a better trader, like many of my community members are finding great benefit, I have a trading academy as well as a signal group where I send out signals for every single trade that I take, and of course, an amazing community at your back 24/7. So really cool stuff. We have over 250 active members presently. Take a look here at Rune though. Kind of pick up where we left off from yesterday. We did effectively close just barely above the 200-day SMA, and today we've only got about an hour's left worth of trading. There's a great chance we're going to be able to close above the 200. So all good stuff there in that sense. That is amazing. Being back up over the 200 in any circumstance on the 1 day, in my opinion, is really, really good accomplishment. Looking at the RSI, we're still well over 70 on the RSI. So keep in mind, this could work as a support level moving forward. So the price comes back down to retrace. We could essentially see a support level such as 760 hold in place, which it did actually yesterday, as a matter of fact. You take a look at this yesterday, nice, awesome little type of candlestick there. Keep in mind too, just note, this type of candlestick usually is a reversal candlestick, right? Usually signals the fact that it came up, got rejected, but a lot of that has to do with Bitcoin's behavior, and Bitcoin popping off today allowed Rune to jump right back in place. Keep in mind too though, Rune being slightly on the overextended side here, and when I say slightly, yesterday was a 9 and today is basically overtime, we should expect a pullback soon. Just again, logically speaking, that's how traditional trading is supposed to work. I know cryptocurrency has a tendency of defying the laws of trading, but if that, if history has a tendency of repeating itself, which it typically does, we should not expect much more continuation in the upside from Rune in the immediate future. Today's pump is likely due to Bitcoin bouncing back pretty hard, and as you can see here, of course, yesterday's highest point to today's lowest point, like there was obviously a large retracement that took place yesterday or in between the time that we spoke last, or I covered this. So again, good stuff there in that sense, just note, but try not to be naive in the fact that, 10 days of continuation, 114% in just roughly a week's worth of trading or just a little over, that is a lot of movement. We've got to be realistic in that sense. So I just hope you understand that. I don't think it's going to just come tumbling back down, but I do think we might see 760 tested perhaps again, if not, 683. Okay, just throwing it out there. All right, anyways, all good stuff here in that sense, minus its overextension. Okay, so let's see if today's increase is healthy. Short answer, yes, very healthy here. We're up over both the 50 and the 200. Awesome stuff there. We have this nice continuation pattern where we kind of see this staircase that I like to refer to it as. Obviously, it's not a level playing field. It goes up and down. But generally speaking, you see this over, up type of pattern, right? In other words, it starts and ends at certain points, essentially. But it's doing perfect here. This is what's great about it. It comes up, gets overextended, comes back down, and bounce off a key level support. Comes up, hits a resistance level, comes back down, and bounce off a key level support. Hypothetically, the next push would be up to the next Fibonacci retracement line, and we could possibly see price action at 980, perhaps in the next couple of days, and then a retracement down to 890, or correction, 850. Why don't we just round up, say 860, and essentially bounce off there as well. Again, this is overextended on the 1 day. You got to keep in mind this is a long run here. The bears are going to take their profits soon, and keep in mind weekends have a tendency of being profitable time frames for the bears to collect their profits when we have a significant increase on a Friday. Just keep that in mind. It's kind of an inverse scenario over the weekend. That being said, outside of all that stuff specifically, it's not overextended in the 4 hour in that sense, because if you can see here, we came up to let's actually rewind a little bit. We went up to a 5, 6, 7, retrace, consolidation, up to a 7, 8, 9, down to a 5, up to a 6, down to a 6, up to a 2. So that basically implies we have potential of somewhere in the range of 6 to 9 total candlesticks to expect. In other words, on every run up or down, it's hit either a 5, 6, 7, 8, or a 9. That being said, we're at a 2 right now. So the likelihood of it continuing to the upside to at least a 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9 is pretty high, right? Again, that's just kind of how things tend to repeat themselves. Bear in mind too, Bitcoin will probably be fairly stable at the current price action based on us being up over key level support level or previous resistance. That confidence going into the market, less fear, uncertainty, and doubt, coins like this are going to continue to excel. Okay, so all good stuff there in that sense. I love what I see here for Rune, all good. Again, we're up over most moving averages there on pretty much, well, actually every single time frame. And then of course, we've got a situation where, you know, I think the RSI on the 4 hour is actually under. Yeah, so we're under 70, which is great. So this kind of allows for us to kind of calm down a little bit, because every time it comes up and over 70 on the RSI, it does have the tendency of kind of coming back down and contracting. So again, the price comes up, just say it does a push to like $9.80, $10. You could expect a pullback back down to $8.60. All right, so again, that's kind of how that works. Keep this in mind though, we do have a MACD convergence here. This will also probably likely push the price action further from here, and to kind of get it that extra momentum moving into this 3-4 hour candlestick trend to get that 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, right? All right, so again, all good stuff in that sense too. So ultimately, we're building a case right now. Again, that's kind of just how I like to specify it. You know, when you're trading, you're kind of stacking the odds in one direction or the other. Is it going up or going down? It is definitely going up at this point, and will it continue? It's showing signs that it wants to, okay? That is awesome. It's also breaking its previous resistance level, most recent resistance at 860, and shooting up to about 870 now, possibly even higher. So definitely doing well there. But the one thing we do need to understand is we're at an 8 on TD sequential, so we could potentially see a pullback here soon, because once again, even though the 4 hour keeps counting up from a 5 through a 9, if you look at the 1 hour, you can kind of see a history here. It hits a 9, consolidates, hits a 9, consolidates for the most part. Yes, it went up a little bit perhaps after that. We also had a second continuation here. So I'm not saying that it's going to stop here per se, but in most cases when you see a 9 on TD sequential, you can expect the price to go sideways for a short while, consolidate and increase, or sideways, consolidate, and decrease. Based on it making higher highs and higher lows here, I do not see any reason why it would want to slow down, but that could potentially happen because once again, we're at a 9 plus 1 on TD sequential for the 1 day. 10 days of continuation to the upside has to calm down, has to relax eventually, and we need to get a period of consolidation soon. Or Rune will continue to slowly increase, but eventually fizzle out because of the volume. And if we look at volume 2, we can kind of see here way more volume now than ever before. So there's a significant amount of increase. I'm willing to guess the social sentiment is very high for this coin, and we're starting to see that push. Because if you see here from before, this nice increase was started off with a strong volume profile. And we're seeing that right here now. Speaking of volume profile, let's take a quick peek and call it a day. We are right above the most amount of volume if you take roughly the last 1 year's worth of trading data. This is what, right about there is about a full year's worth of trading data. The most amount of volume for Rune is $7.20. We're well above that. That is effectively a support level now. So likelihood of it coming down lower than 740, 750 is very, very low. Okay. But heaven forbid it retraces and consolidates and comes back down. You can expect 750 to be a good DCA target. That would be a recommendation to add to your position then, because I think the likelihood of Rune continuing higher is definitely there. So it's giving us every signal it wants to continue. Just keep in mind, overextend on the 1 day, that could translate to a couple of days of consolidation. Lowest is 750. That's pretty much as simple as it gets. So hopefully you found benefit here, of course. If you did, comment below. Feel free to communicate with me outside of this channel. I am available through Telegram and or Discord. Feel free to join my free groups if you like, or do you want to become a community member, become a better trader, work with my amazing group of esteemed counterparts, my community members, and use my trading academy, or perhaps benefit from the signals I send. That's all available through CryptoCache.tech. Link in the description below. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. We will see you in the next video. Take care.